Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we're going to take you on a walk down the beautiful beach here in Myrtle Beach and tell you why you should visit Myrtle Beach in the winter, especially in January and February. That's the 2 months we're going to focus on, but this will also bleed into December and March a little as well. We're going to cover all the pros, and we're also going to share with you some cons that you should keep in mind as well. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, and if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. It is a gorgeous but cold day today. It is actually in the 30s today, so it's pretty appropriate to talk about, well, I should say this morning. It's going to warm up a little later today into the 50s. But we're going to talk about all the reasons that you might want to consider coming to Myrtle Beach in January and February or in the winter. And if you are not familiar with us, we do live here, so we have a local's perspective that we can give you some insider tips. But before we lived here, we actually had a vacation home here for 20 years. So we do have a lot of experience in this area, especially in the off season, which is what the winter months are considered. A huge benefit that should make you consider visiting Myrtle Beach in the winter is the prices. The prices on all of the hotels, the Airbnbs, the condos, all the different rentals are probably at their lowest of the year in January and February. And like I said, some of this spills into March and into December as well, but especially January and February. And if you are in either a remote working situation, you can take extended time from work off, or you're retired or otherwise not working, you might want to consider staying here for an entire month. If you stay for an entire month in January or February, you can get some amazing deals, especially when you're dealing, with an Airbnb situation, but also for some of the hotels. It depends on the hotel, but you can get some really, really good prices, save a lot of money. One tip we do have, if you are going to do that, is rent something that is oceanfront. Oceanfront will have a balcony facing the ocean, so if you do hit a chilly day where it's not so comfortable outside with high winds, you can enjoy it from the comfort of your condo or hotel room, look out at the beautiful ocean and enjoy it without having to go out and freeze. So that's definitely something that we would recommend keeping in mind when you're looking at what you want to rent. We do get a lot of questions, where should I stay when I come here? We do have several hotel reviews and tours on our channel. They are in a playlist on our channel. If you want to find anything on our channel, the best thing you can do is go to YouTube, search for Carmen and Brian, or since you're watching this video right now, just click on the icon with our faces that says Carmen and Brian, pull up our channel page, and then you can just go through all our videos, all our playlists, and pick whatever you would like to watch. But we definitely have quite a few reviews there on our channel that you can check out. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find our video. And if you'd like to continue to learn more about Myrtle Beach, definitely hit that subscribe button. We put out new videos every week, and that will teach you everything that's coming to Myrtle Beach, what's going on in the area, and what's new. So another really good reason to come during the January, February, winter time frame is low crowds. I know it probably goes without saying, but it is definitely the least crowded time of the year. And because of that, you can actually get some good deals at the restaurants, shopping, all kinds of great deals to be had. So you're not just saving money on your hotel, you could be saving some money on the other things that you would spend money on while you're here on vacation. Definitely check out, there are coupon books that are usually in hotel lobbies at the front of some of the grocery stores. Like, they're called like Big Bucks, or they just say coupons on the front, that kind of thing. Check those out because they have at least some money off of attractions and sometimes restaurants and other things to do here in Myrtle Beach. Another way to save money is to go to Groupons. If you're thinking of a specific attraction, go to Groupons and see if they have any deals, because sometimes you can get some good deals there as well to save money, especially in the off season, because they're trying to attract people since the crowds are low. So another reason is, this sort of goes along with the crowds, but it's peaceful. It's a peaceful time of the year to be here. It is very chill. Now, if you're someone who really likes a lot of kinetic energy and a lot of stuff going on, this might not be the best time of the year for you, because this is a super relaxing time to be here. If you just want to get away from the stress of work, get away from everything and relax, this is it. And so let's talk about weather. Weather actually straddles the line between pros and cons, and it all depends on where you're coming from. But even for us, and we live here, I think the weather is a pro overall. In January and February, we do get our coldest temperatures of the year, so keep that in mind. But as you can see, we do have palm trees here, so it does not get horribly cold, and we do not stay below freezing for any sustained period of time. Otherwise, those type of trees could not live here. Another huge plus related to the weather is all our trees don't lose their leaves. Some do, but a lot don't. So if you are to the north, everything's bare. You can come down here and get some greenery, especially if you go to one of the state parks, the Myrtle Beach State Park or the Huntington Beach State Park. They have a lot of native trees, and a lot of those native trees do not lose their leaves. And so you get a lot of greenery, and that can actually lift your spirits. If you're having those winter blues, seeing that green can really lift your spirits and stuff. So I definitely recommend doing that. The other thing with the weather, though, is it can get cold. It can get down in the 20s here. I don't think I've seen it below that. I'm sure it may have happened historically speaking, but when it does, though, it only lasts a day or two. It is not something that's sustained. But it can happen. It's rare, but it can happen. We were here for Winter Storm Grayson. We even have a video of that. There was ice on the ground. It was cold, but it was over with in like a day. So it's not something that sticks with us. Very rare. If it snows or ices, it usually melts in a couple of hours. So you don't really have to worry about that. So if you're coming from the Northeast or Canada and it is cold and you're under a bunch of snow, you don't have to worry about that here. It might be chilly, but to you, it's probably going to feel warm by comparison. The upside is even in January and February, we get days in the 60s, and it can hit the 70s, although I would say in those 2 months it's pretty rare. That's more common in like December, but it can get that warm. But we do definitely get quite a few days in the 60s, or even days in the 50s with no wind. Like today, even though it's in the 30s this morning, there's no wind, and so it feels actually pretty good. It's not bad as long as you're dressed for it. Now, speaking of weather, if you are going to come join us in the winter, definitely pack all kinds of clothes. Now, if you're coming to us from the north, you might want to pack t-shirts and shorts, but you will not see me in t-shirts and shorts in January, February. Even with our highs, it's still cool enough that I'd at least want long pants. But to that point, I would bring a huge variety of clothes. Because if you're hanging out in your oceanfront hotel room looking outside and you've got the heat on, you might want shorts and a t-shirt. But definitely bring layers of clothes, because it can go from really cold in the morning, like in the 30s, to 60 in the afternoon, and then you would want to be able to peel a bunch of layers. So bring all kinds of clothes, but don't underestimate how cold it can get here. This would fall in the con category. Like I said, it's super rare, but when it does get super cold, I'm talking about like 20s and 30s with a high wind. See, we can get really high winds here because we're oceanfront. We can have sustained 30-mile-per-hour winds without a storm, just wind. That can be bitter cold. So don't underestimate what you need to bring as far as winter coats and that kind of thing. Check the extended forecast before you come and just come prepared. And if it looks like it's going to dip like that, definitely factor in that we may have high winds with that cold temperature. So it may be way colder than you're expecting. I'm talking about the real feel. Another con to mention is some things do close. We get a lot of questions about what's open that time of the year. The answer really is most things. Most things are still open. However, Family Kingdom, the amusement park, closes down for the winter. Also, some other rides will close down that time of the year that are at various locations around the area. And then also some of the all-you-can-eat buffets will close down for January, February. Some of the other like it's usually local restaurants that will close down in January, February. So if you have a favorite restaurant from coming here during the summer, you may want to call ahead before you drive over. Make sure they are open that time of the year. But I can tell you, the big chains, like all the restaurants at Broadway, at the beach, Barefoot Landing, all the main restaurants are open. So you're not going to want for food. There's going to be plenty of food, but I just want to mention that so you're not surprised, so you don't get here and you're surprised. Also, some of these stores and restaurants that are open will change their hours. So for example, if they open at 10 a.m. normally, they'll open at 11 instead, or if they serve lunch and dinner in the summer, they might just serve dinner. So again, very important to call ahead or check hours, look up their hours, and don't just go by what Google says. Actually go to the website for the place or give them a call if it's a specific place that you want to go to. But also another tip If you're coming here in January, February, stick to the big places and you can't go wrong as far as closures. Broadway at the beach, Barefoot Landing, the Tanger outlets, so much shopping here. I mean, there's so many. If you're a shopper, there will be plenty of shopping and plenty of good deals to be had in January, February. Also, the Coastal Mall, we definitely like the Coastal Mall as well. All of those places will be open. They will have lots of shopping, lots of restaurants, so lots of things to do. And also, if you haven't seen it already, we have a video that's what things to do when it's cold or raining. That video goes over all the best things to do here in Myrtle Beach when it's cold outside, or like I said, raining. It's a bunch of indoor activities that we've put together, a curated list for you, all the things that we would recommend checking out if it's cold or raining. So I will link that in the description below, but again, you can look that up on our channel. Just search Myrtle Beach, Carmen and Brian, cold, raining. Raining is a good word to put in, and it will come up and you can watch that video, but I'll also link it in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.